You only have to pay for like a license plate once, but then you repay the fee every year. Yep.
Is that like tabs at a time?
Tabs are like the little sticker you put on the license plate that just says, so like when you pay your registration fee, then you get a sticker to put on your car. And if you don't have that updated every year, then the police can pull you over and give you a ticket for driving a car that is technically not registered or paid for through the state. It depends on the value of your car. My husband has like a really old beat up car that we cannot afford to replace right now. And that car, the registration fee is like $50 a year, and my car was like $350 for the registration, for first time registration. So it is, and it's more expensive the first time compared to following years. Any questions about this so far?
I got a question.
Mm-hmm.
So why do you have to register your vehicle's registration? Like, is that just for like showing up like on DMV records and stuff, all that?
Yep, and it's how this, one of the ways that the state makes its money. Yep, they're tracking who owns the car so that when they pull you over, they can look you up in their system. Just like you have to have a driver's license to drive a car, your car has to be registered with the state. So it's kind of like your car's driver's license. So you have to be driving a registered vehicle, and it doesn't have to be registered to you. You could like borrow somebody's car as long as their registration is in the vehicle. So that's fine, but you do, like, often when, like, if a police officer pulls you over, he'll say, can I see your insurance and your registration, please? And what that means is, show me proof that this vehicle has been registered with the state, although they can look that up if you don't have it. And you also have to provide proof of insurance, which is at least liability insurance, which means that you can protect other people if you get into a car accident. You're not required by the state to have something called comprehensive insurance. What that is like if like a tree falls on your car, right? And you need a new car. Liability insurance is if you get into a car accident, that your insurance company will pay for the other driver's car in that scenario. Yeah.
Isn't Minnesota a no-fault state though?
Right.
So like it evens out.
Yeah. So, but I mean, they will. It has to be a car accident. It can't be like you hit a deer or a rock hit your windshield. That's a different kind of insurance, and that's not required to have. But you are required to, basically, they want to make sure that if you hurt somebody, that you can partially pay for that. Okay, so options on your car. Options are, if you're buying a new car, there are certain things that you can add to your car that are not required by the dealership. This is stuff like, actually almost anything that you think that could be optional in a car. You probably think that there are a lot of things that can't be optional, but there are. For example, can anybody think of something that could be in a car that is not required? Yes?
Floor mats.
Floor mats. I mean, sure, most cars have floor mats. Those come with that, yeah.
Heated seats?
Heated seats, that is definitely something that is option. Anybody have a car with heated seats? Anybody have a car that doesn't have heated seats? Okay, in their family. I've got one that has heated seats. No, both my cars don't have heated seats. Yep.
Oh, nothing, I just wanted to put my hand
Oh, you want to tell me another one? Anybody want to tell me another one? Yeah?
Ventilated seats.
Ventilated
I
seats?
think that's a thing, like.
Yeah.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Seats, yeah.
Cool. You can tell that I've never had that. Ventilated seats.
Is that like in the newest model or?
Yeah.
What were you gonna say, Jackson?
Huh?
What were you gonna say, Jackson?
Dice thing, if I'm gonna put on the front.
The fuzzy dice?
Yeah.
That's not something that they include at the
Little
dealership.
trees.
That's a little thing for you.
Little trees.
Nope.
Is that
Back,
Yeah?
back of camera.
Backup camera. All right, now think of things that, Tyler, you got another one?
Oh, heated steering wheel. Lane seat.
Yeah, sure.
Auto
yeah,
braking.
it is a thing.
All right, now there are, yes, auto braking. That's one. Have you seen those? Where you could, like, your car could by itself, like, parallel park. Your car would auto brake if you were about to back into something. That's an option. There are some things that are not an option. It is not an option to have airbags in your car. You are required by law to have a certain amount of airbags in your car. Rear seat airbags is not a requirement. That could be an option. Surprising things that are options are power locks. When Bo and I bought his car, which was about probably 7 or 8 years ago, when we bought his car, we were very poor, like very poor. And when we bought his car, we said, we don't want power locks, we don't want power windows. We specifically searched for a used car that didn't have any of these things. Also, if you buy a manual transmission rather than an automatic transmission, that's also a lot cheaper. Just by not having power locks and power windows on our car, we saved $1,500.
Wow.
So yes, in my husband's car, you have to crank the window down, and you have to physically push the button down if you want to lock the car, and you have to unlock it with a key, not a button. And that's horrible, but it is okay for $1,500. Here are some other things. If you look at the sticker sheet that I gave you, these are all things. This is the suggested retail price without the extras. So this is without options. This is just the baseline for the car, $23,958. All right, and then these are all the extra things that they offer. Would you like tinted glass? Would you like west side molding, front carpet savers? I guess these are according to here, those floor mats. 3-speed windshield wiper instead of a 1-speed windshield wiper, an air conditioner, vanity, a visor, vanity mirror, and so on. That's like, you know what a visor is like when you pull this down, you got like a little mirror in there. This is an older book that I'm working out of. I think this book is 8 years old. What?
Signal.
What did you say?
I said Long Beach, California.
Yeah. So basically, this is like 8 years old. So it is, there are certain things here that are pretty much in every single car. But like tilting your steering wheel, that's not necessarily in every car, and so on. So satellite radio, that's something that is optional. There are some things that even with used cars, they can take out or put in. I had a car that I had straight out of college that did not have cruise control that I had to get put in. Okay, anybody know what this is down here? Your mileage, what does MPG mean? Miles per gallon. Why is city miles per gallon different than highway miles per gallon? Not just stop sign and stop lights. Yeah?
You're always like braking and like speeding up.
You're braking, speeding up. And it doesn't necessarily mean that you're stopping when you're braking and speeding up because you're following people pretty closely, right? So if the car in front of you is slowing down, you're slowing down. But on the highway, you can go more of a stable speed, which means that the gas burns at a more stable rate. You could get a car that is a hybrid or an electric car, which means you get excellent mileage per gallon. An electric car does not use gas, only in emergencies. A hybrid does use gas. I have a hybrid car right now. My new car is a hybrid car. I get about 55 miles per the gallon. Yeah. Okay, so this is like what that sticker looks like that's on so if you're like shopping and you're looking around at like a used car dealership or a new car dealership, you'll see one of these on almost every car. And so then what's this price down here? That's your total price. What's this thing called a destination charge? Yeah?
Is that like the dealership you're buying from?
No.